Hello everyone, my name is Kavdriono, and this video I will present about article. The title is Lesson Learned from Cultural Conflict in the COVID-19 Era. This article discusses cultural conflicts that emerged during the COVID-19 pandemic, particularly those related to the differences between tight and loose cultures. Michelle Galvan explained that Thai cultures, such as Singapore and South Korea, tend to have strong social norms and high level of compliance when facing threats, while loose cultures, such as the United States and the Netherlands, prioritize freedom and are generally less coordinated in times of crisis. Conflict between these two cultural patterns operate at the national, community, and even family levels. For example, between street parents and more free-spirited teenagers. Galvan suggests that empathy, cross-cultural understanding, and open communication are key to resolving this conflict. My critical views. Number one is that Thai loose framework is too simplistic. Dividing cultures into Thai and loose is an interesting concept, but it can oversimplify reality. Indeed, even within a single country, there are significant variations between regions or groups. For example, rural communities in the United States may actually be tighter than urban communities in Indonesia, even though the United States is generally categorized as a loose culture. Number two is lacks consideration of economic and political factors. The text places strong emphasis on culture as the main cause of conflict during the pandemic, but it fails to address how economic disparities, social inequality, and political dynamics also play a major role in shaping people's responses to crisis. And then number three is potential Western bias. Since the author is from an American academic background, the discussion tends to favor loose cultures as more ideal, portrayed as more creative and free, while Thai cultures are seen as prone to authoritarianism. This reflects a possible Western cultural bias, which often views states' adherence to rules negatively. And then the last is solutions are to general advice, like use empathy and understanding is certainly important, but can feel vague or glitch when applied to deep-rooted or politics conflicts. The solution proposed like concrete and practical steps tailored to complex real-world contexts. And then cultural differences. In this video, I will compare United States and Indonesia. Number one is level of cultural rigidity, or tight versus loose culture. United States, known as a loose culture, people are generally more free. Social norms are not strongly enforced, and small rule violations like refusing to wear masks are often tolerated. Indonesia, while not explicitly discussed in the text, Indonesia sits somewhere in the middle, but leans more toward being tight. People tend to follow rules, especially when they relate to religion, tradition, or authority figures. Main difference: the United States prioritizes individual freedom, while Indonesia places more value on social harmony and order. And then attitudes toward authority and government rules. In the United States, people feel they have the right to challenge government decisions, especially if they think their personal freedoms are being restricted. In Indonesia, there is generally more respect for authority, both formal government and informal community or religious leaders. However, in practice, this can sometimes result in surface-level compliance that's not always followed through. Main difference is Americans are more confrontational toward rules, while Indonesia are more accommodating and deferential to authority. And then social value, individualism versus collectivism. The United States is highly individualistic. Personal freedom, self-expression, and individual rights are strongly emphasized. Even in times of crisis, many people prioritize personal comfort. In Indonesia is more collectivist. Group well-being, family unity, and social obligations often take precedence. People may comply with regulation out of moral responsibility or to protect their community reputation. Main difference is the United States focus on my rights, while Indonesia emphasizes my responsibility to others. And then approach to cultural conflict. In the United States, cultural disagreements are often expressed directly through open debate, protests, or social media. In Indonesia, people tend to avoid direct confrontation, using indirect communication and subtle strategies to resolve issues. Conflicts are often resolved through discussion or allowed to de-escalate naturally. Main difference, the United States favors a confrontational approach, while Indonesia uses a more diplomatic and conflict avoidant style. And then flexibility and social norms. In America, many social norms are negotiable. Things like dress code, behavior, and lifestyle choice are open to individual interpretation. In Indonesia, many social norms, especially those related to religion, ethics, and custom, are considered sacred and non-negotiable. Main difference is the United States is more tolerant of norms violations, while Indonesia places strong importance on politeness, respect, and tradition. So the cultural contrast between the United States and Indonesia during the pandemic highlights deep-rooted differences in how its society value freedom versus order, individual rights versus collective responsibility, and direct versus indirect communication. America encourages personal expression and critical thinking, while Indonesia tends to prioritize social cohesion, obedience, and mutual respect. These differences significantly influence how people in both countries respond to crises, enforce rules, and handle cultural conflicts. That's all my presentation about lesson learned from cultural conflict in the COVID-19 era. See you.